Hello, welcome back for another unboxing. I have way more this month. I also need to talk about other purchases that I've had lately. I have been so very good with just 2026 in general. Like, yes, I'm still spending a lot of money on books, but I'm only really getting my special editions from subscription services, and I'm not like going out and buying and pre-ordering a bunch of additional books. I will be canceling one of these subscriptions literally after this video because a person who said, I'm keeping the subscription specifically for this one book, then proceeded to order the same book from a different place. So that's how I know I need to just chill it, just relax. So I wanted to go over this quick little stack because I don't really do haul videos. I kind of just like do unboxings and then like the 3 books that I buy in between I just don't ever mention really, but I picked up a copy of An Arcane Study of Stars, which I actually got the audiobook arc after it was already published, so I think they were just approving with extra copies they had. So I have the audiobook for this, so I'm glad that I kind of picked up a copy. This is the Allure special edition. I can't wait to cancel, guys. I will be canceling as soon as I can. I have like 3 credits on there. I'm not really interested in their picks. They sell out insanely fast. Like, I kid you not, they sell out 5 days before the month even begins. Like, it drives me insane. So I'm keeping it only because I really want the Throne in the Dark series to be completed. I bought the first one, and the second one sold out instantly. I had to buy a copy off Mercari, which was way more expensive, and I've made sure like they've done this new thing where you can pledge to sequels so that you're for sure going to get one. So I did that. So I will be getting the 3rd book and then I'm done. I'm going to use up my credits and I'm going to cancel. Can't wait. But that's why I've been using it. I'm not a big fan. They're very expensive. I want to say it's like $27 or something. But Book of the Month does something very similar. This was both a Book of the Month and an Allure pick. Same company. This just looks a little bit different. And honestly, I think this is fine. This was... Book of the Month is normally like $16.99 a month. Special editions are an additional $2.99. This is significantly cheaper than the Allure. I don't need the romantasy picks that bad. So, anywho, I picked this up. My bestie Eliza said that this was incredible, and so I got it. And then I picked up 2 aardvark picks. I usually lean towards getting their horror books, and I've been really bad at it, and I'm also really bad at skipping on there for some reason. I have 7 credits right now. So I'm trying to use them. So I got some horror. I got The Caretakers, which I've already read. I gave it, I want to say 3.5 stars. I've been kind of going back and forth. I think We Used to Live Here was better, but I think a lot of people are enjoying this one more, so hard to say. And then I got Japanese Gothic because it was a special edition from Aardvark. So I picked it up when I shouldn't have. It's fine. I really hope that I like this. I have an ALC from Libro FM. So I will hopefully be getting to this. I would love to get to it in May, realistically, but I just don't know if that's going to happen. I've been reading a lot of horror though, so there's a potential. All right, with that said, I don't want to yap too much because I have a lot to unbox, so we're just going to jump right in. First thing we've got is the owlcrate romantasy quarterly pick. Now, I don't think, sorry to you guys, I'm not going to take it out of the packaging because I'm actually sending this to Eliza, who I had just mentioned. This is City of Gods and Monsters by Kayla Edwards. She loves this. I think she's read the whole series. She for sure has read the first 3 or 4 and has really enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. I'll maybe continue. It's not high on my priority list. I didn't super love and adore it. So I'm not going to take this out of the packaging just so that Eliza can have like the nicest copy possible, but I did want to, let you know. She did text me a couple months ago and she was like, hey, so you don't really like the book that much that they've picked. This has been out for a while. Again, I think there's gonna be 5 books in the series and like 3 or 4 of them are out. But she was like, I know you don't like it that much. Can I have it? And I was like, absolutely. So sending this to my friend Eliza, but I thought I would mention that I got it. City of Gods and Monsters, if you're curious, is an urban romantasy, I guess you would say. It is all about, how do I even explain it? It's chunky, they're very long. It's a university student and kind of gets in some weird trouble because like there's a mystery of like a bunch of people going missing, one of them being her friend, and she teams up with this guy. This guy has like his little gang, his found family, if you will, that she kind of becomes a part of, and then it goes so off the deep end by the end and really has like a big Twilight moment that I just could not get past. I don't want to say more because I don't want to like spoil anything, but I was truly just like, huh? What just happened? And so like that was going on. And so I didn't super love it for the ending, but who knows? I might continue, but apparently that's like a potential reoccurring thing, so I don't know. We'll see, we'll see. Not having worms for once is such a relief. Oh my gosh. All right. Oh, this is so exciting. This is why I don't like looking at spoilers. I know realistically, like financially, I really should look at spoilers more. I do check Autumn's books account every once in a while because she's very good at predicting and gives a lot of insight of like what might come and then eventually what does come. And so it's good if you want to skip so that you're not getting like a bunch of repeats. I'm really bad at that, I will admit. But I love the surprise of being like, oh, this book that I've heard about. My friend Rachel had talked about this and she really, really, really liked it. And so I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. I don't know if I love this cover, but This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me by Ilona Andrews. Here's the original. I Will Not Let Relis Burn. I'm so freaking excited to have this though. Let me see. No, there's just art. No reverse dust jacket, but I'm really, this truly has excited me. I did not expect this. I don't know why. This has been a pretty popular release. I've seen some people, I've seen so many of my friends on Goodreads reading it. Some of them say that they're confused by it and they don't know what's really going on. Some of them have just loved it, enjoyed the vibe, enjoyed the ride. Everything about it was just like such a good time and has been a new favorite for a lot of them. So I'm so happy to have my hands on this. I think I still have the audiobook on hold on Libby, so it might be a little bit till I get to it, but I'm so excited. When Maggie wakes up cold, filthy, and naked in a gutter, she has one thing going for her. She knows exactly where she is. The back alleys of Caer Torin, a city of magic, mystery, and political turmoil. A city that, until now, has existed solely in the pages of her favorite book. Somehow, Maggie has landed inside the fantasy series she spent so many years obsessively rereading. Her only tools for navigating this gritty world of rival warlords, sorcery, and mayhem? Her encyclopedic knowledge of the plot, the setting, and the character's ambition, and a mysterious alibi to come back to life. But while Maggie apparently can't be killed, though many will try, the same cannot be said for the living, breathing characters she's come to love, the motley band that includes a former lady's maid, a deadly assassin, various outrageous magical creatures, and a dangerously appealing soldier. Soon, instead of trying to get home, Maggie finds herself enmeshed in the schemes and attentions of dueling princes, dukes, and villains, all while trying to save them and the kingdom of Relis from the way she knows their stories are supposed to end, in a cataclysmic war. Oh my goodness. Now, here's the thing about these types of books. I can give you 2 examples. I DNF'd Long Live Evil. I did finish Madeline Rose, which obviously it's the Book of Living Secrets. There we go. I finished that one. I thought it was like fine. I feel like it was a little bit too ambitious. It didn't really hit what I wanted it to do. It didn't really give enough world building, but it was a very cool genre blend. I don't not recommend it, but it wasn't like my favorite. Long Live Evil, I think I DNF'd 20 pages in, and I am not a big DNFer, but last year I started reading it and I was just like not feeling it. I don't know what it was. I think the concept is fine. I think this is just a very hit or miss concept, like going into a book. There's a romance book that I'm kind of interested in reading that's like, again, a similar plot, but like, I like when they flip it on their head. This one though, I don't know. I'm really excited. Again, my friends have raved about this book and have said really positive things. So for that, I'm really hopeful and excited to have this. But with my history of this type of novel, I'm a little bit hesitant that it won't work for me, but because of all the praise, I'm like, no, this is going to be the one. This is going to hit. And now we've got the owlcrate young adult with goodies. First thing, oof, not the worms. The first thing is the Elfheim Teacup Collection Teacup #1 for Jude. Okay. This seems like a strange shape for a teacup. Oh, it's so cute. Oh my god, it's so small. I am really a big fan of collections like these. It's so small. Look at how cute this little cup is. I'm obsessed. This is precious to me. And then I just had like the actually scary thought of just dropping it and shattering. Anyways, the inside says, instead of being afraid, I could become something to fear. I'm obsessed. I love this. This is the Holly Black little cat collection. It doesn't look like they're stackable. Was it owlcrate that did it? There was one of these companies. I actually have an example right here. where they're the little mugs, but the bottom tapers in so that they can be stacked on top of one another, which I think was a cool concept for that collection. Are any of them stacked together? No. Do I use them as actual mugs? Also no. This one's so small. Like, let me pull out a comparison for you again. And also, let's keep in mind I don't drink tea, so oh, cute. Anyway, I don't drink tea, and so usually I use mugs often for, like, as you saw, bookmarks or stickers or something. I don't know what I'm gonna use this one for, but I like it. I'm into it. It's so fucking cute. It's so cute. All right, we've got number 4 of the Blades of Love collection. And this one is Arcana Academy by Elise Kova, a book I desperately plan to read. I love this. I love this. I'm so excited. I have not talked about it in a while. Vow of Vengeance by Jacqueline Rodriguez. Is the best book I've read all year. Is my favorite thing. This one, if Elise Kova pulls it off, is going to be second best. Like, it's gonna be right there next to it. There's something about a tarot-based magic school. Love it. So if you're interested, if you've read Arcana Academy, if you dig it, if you like romantasy, you must read A Vow of Vengeance. For me, if you take anything from this video away, please read my favorite book. I would love that. Anyways, I'm very excited to get to this one as well. And I've got a cute little pin to be like, read it. And then here we have a lucky keychain. Carry luck and good fortune wherever you may roam with this beautiful keychain inspired by Arcana Academy, made with love by Keeley Studios. Luck is on my side, Wheel of Fortune. Oh, that's really cute. That's really precious. Oh, I'm not a keychain person, but this one I might actually put somewhere. I'm also not a gold person, and this is, like, no offense, it's kind of the ugly gold, not the pretty cute gold, but that's okay. It's kind of cute. Oh, that's kind of cute. This is a bag. It looks like, oh, please don't laugh at me. Is that a dove? I don't know birds very well. But it's little heart-shaped bags. And, you guys, there's pockets. Oh, I love pockets. There's a little clasp so you can close it. This is quite cute. I don't see myself necessarily using it. This is the Heart Tote inspired by Serpent and Dove, which I guess makes sense. Yeah, Serpent and Dove. I haven't read the series, but I don't know. There's something about this that I really like. I don't know if it's just because it's heart-shaped or what, but it's kind of growing on me. It's kind of cute. It's not my favorite though. And I just recently switched purses to a different tote that I had gotten because it stands up by itself and it's really convenient and nice and much smaller than the one that I've had. So I don't see myself switching to the Dove one, but it is cute and there's something about it I like. Okay, next we have more of the owlcrate bookish tarot cards. What makes me nervous about these is the intent is that I think we are supposed to color them in with the markers that we got. I'm too scared to do that. I don't want to ruin them because they're really nice. And then if I ruin them, I'll be mad. But we have the Slow Burn. And then we have the Quest. The Mood Reader. And the last one we have is the Prologue. I think these are really cool. I think they're fun. I don't know what to do with them per se. Because again, I think we're supposed to color them. I'm just too scared. But I think they're fun. If you've been watching my new TBR game, one of the things that I've been doing is pulling tarot cards. So I'm probably going to be adding these collections to, like, have a deck. And then whatever card that I pull, that'll be the prompt that I use, which I think is a lot of fun. So, oh, please fit. Oh, wait. We figured it out. That mug's gonna hold my tarot cards. Okay. Okay, and then we have... Oh, no. And then we have a book I have not heard of. This is To Steal a Throne by Gabby Burton. Revenge is a multi-step process. It requires careful planning, attention to detail, and enough fury to set the world alight. I have all of the above. Okay, so we've got a little revenge plot. She's kind of short. And by short, I think when I say that, I mean, like, it's an average novel length. Mira Kyler runs the court of Verdi from the shadows. With magic fueled by lies, she collects dark secrets from members of the court, using them as blackmail to keep her brother Luke in power as Verdi's leader. Cadron Vale has magic of his own, magic that can detect the precise nature of someone else's power within a single touch. Cadron is after Luke's throne, and it will be his for the taking if he so much as brushes against Mira and discovers that she is the one who's been manipulating the court for years. Cadron and Luke compete in 3 deadly challenges, the trials, to determine who will lead Verdi. As Mira fights to keep her brother on the throne, she realizes that no matter who wins, she will be stuck serving someone else. She's done hiding in the shadows. She wants the throne for herself. To get it, she'll have to betray her own brother and Cadron. But the fiercer the competition gets, the more Mira realizes that the one boy who could destroy everything is the one boy she might not be able to resist. Ooh la la! Oh, she looks fierce. I'm into her. This is a pretty book. I'm a sucker for a book with a competition element to it. I also love, women just coming into power, realizing that they don't have to hide in the shadows and be submissive behind men. And so this one intrigues me, definitely. I look forward to it. Is this a debut? Oh no, this is the author of Sing Me to Sleep, which I have not read, so that's really good to know. So if I like this, I wonder if this is going to be a series or not. Because Sing Me to Sleep, I think, was a duology. So I don't know if this is a standalone or not. I'll have to look into that. The April theme for Fairyloot adult pick is Claim Your Power. Now listen, I know the reviews for this have not been great, but if you know anything about me, it is that I'm a bit of an Alex Astor stan, and I will defend the Lightlark series with my dying breath, okay? So this is her adult debut, Starside. I have until May 23rd to listen to the audiobook before Everin pulls it. I'm a bit on a time crunch, so I'm really glad to have a copy. Now I can physically read along. That's so exciting. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Not the same vibe, like at all. Not what I would expect the cover to be, but I'm into it. I am so excited. She's so chunky. I can't wait. I'm sorry. This is so off topic, but you're telling me that Isla isn't going to end up with Grimm and this is what her next pairing looks like? You've got to be kidding me. I'm sorry, Oro fans. You're wrong. Anywho, Starside. A completely different universe world. This is her adult debut. It is I don't know how sci-fi it is, but it is dystopian, which I struggle with the concept of like dystopian romantasy books because I think there's a hard balance of plot and romance when you have to talk about like a rebellion and uprising and have like proper critique on society and have that commentary stand out on its own and make sense. Because sometimes when you're in a romantasy book, a little bit of logic kind of seeps through the cracks and you're just like, it's fun because we're here to kick our feet. I feel like that's harder when it's a dystopian. I read Silver Elite. So many issues with that book. There's a lot of parallels. This is just so off topic now. There's a lot of parallels to Silver Elite and Fourth Wing. Fourth Wing is all fantasy. Silver Elite is a dystopian fantasy. And there's just something about putting dystopian in your pitch, your synopsis, your marketing that makes me hold it to a different standard. Now, Fourth Wing is just like a fun little time. I'm not meant to take it too serious. It's silly. It's fun. I kick my feet. But when I picked up Silver Elite, I was expecting a deeper conversation and having a more thorough look at society and what the author's really trying to say. And it kind of missed the mark. Am I still picking up Silver Dove or whatever the book is next? Yeah, probably. But we don't need to talk about that. We're gonna talk about Starside now. Let me read you what this is about. Now that I'm off my little soapbox. Enter the enchanting and deadly world of Starside, where swords have magic and power isn't inherited, it's claimed. Hundreds of years ago, a brutal war split the land in two. Starside is the realm of magic and immortals, the descendants of the gods living in a power-rich paradise. Stormside is where mortals fight for scraps of that magic. Every 50 years, the gates between them open, and 50 challengers are allowed to journey across Starside on a deadly quest for magic that can heal, grant wealth, or extend life. Everyone has their reasons for entering, but Eris has only one. Vengeance against the god who killed her family. Winning one of the 50 spots on the quest won't be easy. An orphan blacksmith's apprentice, Eris doesn't have the superior weapons of the heirs of the great houses, but the great swords, the ones that contain power, are not inherited or bought. They are claimed by both sides. And when Eris claims the great sword, it makes her not just a real competitor, but a target. Countless dangers await on Starside. With a blade most would kill to take, Eris can't trust anyone, especially not Harlan Raker, the merciless and mysterious knight who betrayed her years ago, and who may now be the key to her survival. But Eris is hiding a secret tied to her family's death, and when it's revealed, not even the gods will be able to stop what's coming. Ooh, I am excited. Oh my god, she's so pretty. So there's your normal cover. I'm into this. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I'm gonna be honest, I just talked about it. This is like kind of giving me the vibes of A Vow and Vengeance. Will this live up to A Vow and Vengeance? No. And I know that already. So like we don't need to hold it. Not at all the same. But A Vow and Vengeance has like a similar premise of like 100 people are chosen every some odd years to go to like the immortals world, their lands, and are often like enslaved or whatever, but some can rise to power and lots goes on. So fun. Love it so much. Anyways, it's kind of giving similar setup, but this one sounds like it's going to go off quite a different path. But I'm so excited. I'm so happy to have this. And we got a beautiful little color palette back there. Alrighty. Romantasy. It's crazy that that's the fantasy pick. Oh. That is, I kid you not. This is fairyloot. What are we doing? Thank you. I'm so happy. Thank you. This is pitched and marketed as a romantasy. It's a dystopian romantasy. I'm sorry to anyone who gets the fantasy. You were duped. It's not just a fantasy. It is romantasy. Anyways, we have Deadly Affairs. Death's Daughter by S.A. Barnes. I am trying to rack my brain of what else S.A. Barnes has written and if it's familiar to me or not. I don't think I've read anything from them, but I could also be completely blanking on that. But Death's Daughter. I have not heard of this, I don't think. But it's really pretty. I like the colors of it. Time for her to join the family business. I am a little nervous because a lot of things are looking this way lately, and some of them are obvious pitches and marketing as Dramini, and I think others aren't pitched as that, aren't marketed that way, which I think is fine. I think, like, if you're not gonna pitch it, if it's not actually, like, fanfic that's being traditionally published, I think you kind of escape a lot of the moral gray areas of it. I am also a little bit over everything looking the same. I could pull out, if it wasn't so far away from me, I could pull out 7 Deadly Thorns. Same fucking art, I swear to God. Like, they look the exact same, and I'm a little bit, like, sick of it. Like, yes. A man with white hair who's tall, attractive. A brunette woman who's a little shorter, cute. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. I'm also a little bit over it. Okay. Let's read what this one's about. Because again, the color palette is so pretty and really, really speaks to me. So I want to know what this is about, especially because she's on a whole scythe, like the Grim Reaper on the cover. So obviously Death's Daughter makes sense. Death has been a part of her from the very beginning. Jocasta has carved out a normal life at Beecher University. Well, as normal as it can be when your name is Jocasta and you're the only child of Death. Jo has a good job, great friends, and is trying to get over a secret fling with an unbelievably attractive and unbelievably unavailable grad student. And she's also lonely. No one close to her knows the truth about who or what she is, or that she must feed to survive, and she feeds on them. Their disappointment, failures, and rejections. It's not a perfect system, but it works. Just. Until a handsome stranger and descendant of lust shows up on campus and announces that Death has formally named Jo as his successor. Now she's both a powerful ally and a massive threat, and everyone she loves is a target. But Beecher is the only place that has ever felt like home, and Jo will do anything to protect it, even if it means becoming the very thing she hates. New semester, fresh blood. Welcome to the final year at Beecher University. I mean, yeah, that pitch does sell me. That is right up my alley. This also not necessarily sounds the same, but I would put it in the same world as, what did I just call it? 7 Deadly Thorns. Similar vibe going on. And I'm not mad about it. I like the vibe. I'm into it. I'm just spice it up a little bit, you know? But I am excited. I am intrigued. This fairyloot is a bit bigger than usual. So I'm guessing like a blanket or something? No. I was wrong about the blanket. Okay, first thing I see is a tote bag. Okay, we're back down to 5 items. But this is a tote bag inspired by The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst and was designed by at The Creeping Moon. Very cute. I like that it's subtle. You wouldn't necessarily know what this is for if you like weren't familiar with the book or like just this concept in general. This thing is huge. A perfect travel size tote. A little zipper to kind of keep it clasped a little bit. No pockets or anything, but again, she's quite big. She's a big girl. And very pretty. Again, I like that it's subtle. The next thing we have is the Raven Cycle necklace, designed by at A Hollow Whim. Now I must admit to you, I have not read the Raven Cycle, so I don't really get it, but it's cute. Hopefully when I read this book, which I do have, it's down there, when I do read this, hopefully I like it, because I think the necklace is a cute design. It's very subtle and simple, and I already wear silver jewelry, so it's kind of nice to have jewelry to match. Then we have a Sleep Like Death plant pot, designed by at Swan Bones. Oh, it's like a proper pot. Whoa, whoa. I don't think we normally get like proper pots. Usually it is like a pot and then I put like pens in it. But this one is proper because it's got a drainage hole, which means super don't know what to do with this. Because again, I'm not good with plants. I'm not a good gardener. And I don't love the sound of ceramic, but it's cute. It's got like a little stand and stuff for like your excess water. I understand how plants work, but Sleep Like Death, you got the little apples, the bird. Very nice. I don't know what I'm gonna... I don't know if I'm gonna use it or what I would use it for. I, again, am really bad with gardening and plants in general. I also have a lot of pets, and they refuse to leave a plant alone. They refuse. Oh no. I mean, not like, oh no, but like, oh. Dang it. They gave me 2 bookmarks, I'm assuming on accident, for like the spoiler card. So if you watched my, what would that be, March unboxing, because these are April, I got this book in the owlcrate, but I can tell you right now, we got Shay and we got Lysander. And these characters are from the Gravewood, which I had an arc of. So I've actually already read these, and so I'm not necessarily opposed to having a second copy. It is likely that I'll try to sell one of them, because I liked the Gravewood. I did not love the Gravewood. So, you know, so towards it. I will read to you what it's about, again, from the synopsis, so that if you didn't watch last month's version of this video, then you'll still be up to date. I think this is stunning, though. Is it more stunning? I guess it depends on if you prefer character art versus just, like, art on your cover. Because the owlcrate was, like, Shay on the cover. It was very pretty, but I really like the vibes of this. So hard to say, hard decision. You've got Lysander there on the I want to call it the spine. It's the edge. Not who I was expecting. Oh wait, oh wait. Oh, fun. You know, this one definitely feels more like the vibes of our characters, which I think is fun. So let me read to you what this is about before I get into my spiel of it. Love is the deadliest bargain. Shay Parker has lived her entire life in the shadow of the Gravewood, a deadly forest that's cut her town off from the world. With resources dwindling, she's forced to ration her hearing aid batteries. When her stash runs out, she'll be left in silence. Her only hope is Oliver Lysander, the volatile leader of the vampires who rule the Gravewood. Their deal is simple. She gives him her blood, he brings her her batteries. No lines crossed, nothing personal. Until Shay's best friend is lured into the Gravewood and her brother Asher Thornley returns from the front lines, willing to expose Shay's darkest secrets to get his sister back. Ever the opportunist, Lysander offers a new bargain. If Asher kills his vampire rival, he'll help find the missing girl. And if Shay agrees to turn, he will cure her ailing mother. But every deal pulls her closer to Lysander and to becoming a monster herself. I think that was a way better synopsis pitch of what this book actually is. Last month, the owlcrate pitch was basically like the first half, where it was like all about Lysander and Shay and like the will they won't they of it all, of like, oh, we have a bargain that I give him blood and he might turn me. And it doesn't mention the ailing mother. It doesn't mention Asher, who's like a big part of the love triangle. It does mention the missing best friend. It does not mention killing the rival. Like, that is a good chunk of this book. Like, the whole second half, the part of the book that I had a problem with, that whole second half is what the synopsis says. So I am glad that it gives you a little bit more without like revealing too much, but it says so much more that I think is really beneficial to the book. So I did appreciate that. Yeah, I think it was good. Again, my main critique was just the pacing was kind of off. I really adored the beginning and how it was set up and getting to know the characters. I was really obsessed. And then once the road trip kind of starts, once they start going on this journey to the rival, that's when it kind of lost me. I thought the pacing was off. There was weird character motives, conversations would happen, and then like 3 seconds later, they'd like reverse the conversation they just had, and it was just kind of all over the place, but I overall liked it. I did not love it. I will continue with the duology. But the last thing that I want to show you is the Gravewood overlays by Ashley D. Perez. Oh, this is really cute art. So I think that this would be Shay, Poppy, and Asher. And then we've got Shay and Lysander on some swings. I really love Lysander as a character. I kind of wish we got more insight with him, more of Shay and Lys. I did really love the beginning. I know this was an early on situation, and we've got a little bit of Asher and Shay as well. I love the art. They're really good. I might honestly keep the fairyloot just so I can keep the character art, because I really like the character art, the vibes, the atmosphere. I thought was really solid and rather, a really good part of the whole story. So who knows, maybe just maybe I'll keep that one and I'll get rid of the owlcrate. But I do think the character art on the owlcrate is so pretty. So I don't know. Tough call. Now we're gonna unbox my shame a little bit, because I'm just too silly. It's funny, I think it was just last year that we got, also from Evernight, Bat Eater by Kylie Lee Baker. And now this year we have Japanese Gothic. They kind of have almost like a similar, not necessarily like a similar vibe, but like the art feels a little bit similar. So they had different artists for these, but I do think that they kind of pair well together, which is cool. But anyways, we have Japanese Gothic, which I kid you not, I canceled my owlcrate horror subscription because it was going to be the same book. And I find that Evernight and owlcrate have a lot of similarities, but I know that owlcrate is more prone to having overstock than Evernight. So I kept Evernight just so I can get a copy of Japanese Gothic, because I was excited about it, as most of us are. But then, as you know, I also got the copy of it. So now I have two, which was like my whole purpose of canceling owlcrate, was so I wouldn't have two copies. What can you do sometimes? So now I have two. Hopefully I love this, but I will be canceling Evernight. I know. I want to say it's like around $45 a quarter, and I just don't love most of their picks. I either just have no interest in them whatsoever and I don't want to pick them up, or owlcrate is doing it, or Aardvark is doing it, or it's popular enough that I'm going to pick it up anyway. I think that they're stunning. I think that they are some gorgeous, gorgeous books and editions. Like, illumicrate knows what they're doing, but I don't know if I care quite enough to keep it for the price that it is. So that's my concept. This is going to be my last one. So hopefully it's a banger. But yeah, I don't really feel too sad about it. Like, I often get FOMO, which is a big reason why I kind of like cower at canceling any of them, because I get FOMO. I want to have pretty editions. I want to like know about new releases that weren't on my radar initially and get excited for them and pick them up. So it's tricky, but gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. 2025, Lee can't remember exactly where he hid the body, but he can remember the blood. Hiding out at his father's centuries-old home in Japan, Lee knows something is wrong with him, and he knows that it has something to do with his mother's disappearance almost a decade ago. 1877. A female samurai, Sen, stalks the borders of her home to protect her family from slaughter. She's not sure how they'll ever survive, not without her father, who has returned from a war, a stranger with a different soul behind his eyes. When Lee and Sen find one another through a door between their worlds, they're both looking for answers. But what they find in the creaking old house they share is beyond what either of them could imagine. I think that's intriguing. It's not really telling me quite a whole lot, but I know a lot of people have been picking this up, really excited about it. Again, it was a Libro FM ALC, so I know a lot of people, it was already on a lot of people's radar. A lot of people really enjoyed Bat Eater, me included. I thought it was good. So I'm not surprised. It is fun to see Kylie Lee Baker like step into the horror and like really embrace it. I'm wondering how long they'll do it before they jump back into fantasy, or if like this is their new path for good. It was one of those things when Bat Eater came out, it's like, okay, this is a very like topical, relevant conversation we're having. Is there going to be more? And obviously yes. But when Bat Eater came out, it was like, what more will Kylie Lee Baker have to say? And I'm excited. I'm gonna be honest, I know nothing about samurais, and I wouldn't say that's necessarily an interest of mine. So I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this one, or if I'm gonna love it, but I also can't really tell you what the reviews have been and like how people are feeling towards it. I'm sure like the writing is good and the premise seems interesting. I don't know. We'll have to see. And the last box we've got is the illumicrate, which the theme is fairy bargains. None of those are really giving me fairy bargain vibes. Okay. First thing, we've got the Wayward Realm. Oh, this smells really bad. Whew, don't recommend smelling, but this is a mug inspired by Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Which, honestly, a fantastic mug. I think that this really Wow. This is a really good design. I think that this person nailed it. Who was this? This was Rosie Thorne's 88. Incredible job. This truly like gives you the whole vibe of the story. Emily Wilde grabbing Wendell, grabbing him and taking him outside to gallivant the lands of the Fae. And then you also got Shadow, the little dog that follows. Oh, how cute. This side. And then we have an oven glove inspired by the Courting of Bristol Keats. I'm going to be so honest with you, I will never use this. I mean, I might, if, like, in a pinch. It's definitely not the worst, and it's thick, which I appreciate. I use an oven glove. I've got two. I got a pair. I have two. Those are the only things that I will ever use. It's like a full, like, it's a glove, not a mitt. And I find that to be a much better experience for me in the kitchen. I feel like I have more control. This makes me feel like I'm going to go crazy. So I won't use this a lot, but I think the design is fine. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Nothing too crazy. And now we have some Fae Enchantments stamp washi tape. This intrigues me greatly. I can get down on some washi tape, especially when they're cute. Okay. I mean, not the craziest designs. Pretty simple. Also smell bad. What is up with everything smelling bad? Is this good viewing? Am I doing a good job? I think that they're okay. I don't realistically know how often I would get uses out of these. Some of them, sure. But I don't know. They're not what I thought they would be. I was like picturing like literal stamps designs, which I thought would be really cute. Because I actually have like stamp stickers. That's okay. I'm sure I will still find plenty of use. I make magical readathon journals for my characters and like go the whole 9 yards. So they'll definitely get used, but they're not what I was expecting them to be. And then we have the last item, which is the Fairy Bookshelf Cross-Stitch Bookmark Kit. That was a lot of words, and it's sealed shut, which means that I probably shouldn't open this. So that is the design. And I would say that out of all of the embroidery and cross-stitching that we've gotten, I think this one does intrigue me the most, because how cool is it that I can make a little bookshelf into a bookmark myself? So yeah, this one intrigues me. I think I might keep this one a little bit handy and out and about and around. And maybe I'll attempt it. It could be definitely a fun project in a reading vlog. And I say that because I think a reading vlog is sometimes the only way I can hold myself accountable to working and finishing on projects. So, woo. And then finally, we have the book, no whammies, no duplicates. Unless you count the Gravewood, but technically no duplicates in this batch. The Gravewood just came out a month late. This book smells strange, but not in a bad way. This is Thistlemarsh by Maria Corrigan. Interesting. I know that this is probably meant to be cozy fantasy. Oh no, my battery's flashing. Hold on. Interesting vibe for a book that is like seemingly going to be on the cozier side of fantasy. That feels a bit more accurate. Fairies disappeared over 100 years ago, as suddenly as slipping through a doorway. It was only the very foolish or the very determined who held out hope for their return. In the wake of World War I, the world is a decidedly unmagical place. Mouse Dune once dreamed of becoming a fairy anthropologist, but with one telegram, her world shattered. At the Somme, her cousin Bertie's body disappeared into the mud, and her brother Roger came home with devastating shell shock. It was time, she knew, to put aside her childish dreams. Then Mouse receives news that her uncle has left Thistlemarsh Hall, a crumbling manor in the English countryside, once blessed by the fairy king himself. But there's a catch. If Mouse doesn't rehabilitate the house in 1 month's time, she will forfeit her inheritance and any hope of caring for her brother. It looks impossible until a mysterious fairy appears with a proposition. Mouse knows better than to trust a fairy, especially one so insufferably handsome and arrogant, but she's out of options. There are wild and magical forces at work in the house, and Mouse must confront the ghost of her past or lose everything. Interesting. I don't know how I feel about this one, to be honest. It doesn't really sound like something I would vibe with that heavily. I feel like I've read similar stories that aren't cozy or like meant to be cozy that I just I kind of feel towards it. I also don't like adore this cover, and there's no reversible dust jacket art, so I don't know. Honestly, I rarely ever get books from a subscription box, and immediately I'm just like, I could sell it and I wouldn't blink twice about it, which is not a great feeling to have, let's be honest. So that's a bit of a bummer, but that rounds out the unboxings. So now we can jump into like the rankings of like what I think I'm most interested in and where I think, you know, my interest lies. Let me get rid of my phone, which if you're curious, I'm rewatching Dimension 20's Starstruck Odyssey. Been a blast. Anywho, I think, unfortunately, we gotta go the Thistle Marsh right here at the bottom. I just, you know, I'm not, like, opposed to giving it a try, but nothing about it enticed me. Next, we'll put The Gravewood because I've already read it. I gave it 3.5 stars. Oh, I really hate to say. I think next is going to be Japanese Gothic. I know that I literally was like, I didn't want to cancel my subscription just for this book, and I wanted to really get it, and then I went and bought another copy of it. I must be so excited for it, but I'm not. I don't know. It sounds just as interesting to me as how Bat Eater and other names for Corazen sounded. I wasn't really that intrigued by it, but it ended up being better than I expected, which is why I'm like, I gotta try Japanese Gothic as well. But I won't say that I'm like the most excited for it out of all of these picks. Next, I think I'm gonna do To Steal a Throne. I'm very excited about this. This one sounds really good, but compared to the others, it's not quite as high up, but I definitely want to get to it. And then, just based off like, oh, no, okay, no, maybe based off my reactions of like, you know, opening things. Death's Daughter, we're gonna do next. This one really excites me. I'm really into like a dark academia fantasy romance world. That really works for me, so I'm really excited for that. And then we're gonna do This Kingdom Will Not Kill Me, because I didn't know this was happening. I was so excited for it. I'm really looking forward to this experience, even if it maybe isn't my perfect book. I just want to know like what my friends are talking about, and I just want to be able to yap with them. So we're gonna do that one next, and then at the top, no one's surprised, we're gonna do Starside by Alex Astor, because of course. And there we have my little ranking of like what I think I'm gonna like the least to the most. And hopefully, by the point that I read all of these, all of them will be perfect 5 stars, and I'll be like, I'm so sorry I talked bad about them. They were actually fantastic, and everything was great. We can stay hopeful and optimistic. It's play pretend with me. It's fine. That leaves us to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed. Let me know if you're interested in any of these, if any of them are calling to you. I will be reading Starside literally within the next like 2 weeks. So I will be picking this up ASAP, and hopefully all good things, and this will remain at the top of this list. I really hope that I like it more than all of the other reviews that have been coming in for it. We'll have to wait and see. If you made it to the end, you can leave a little star emoji for Starside down in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next one very soon. Bye!